Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Thursday night football tonight. We got Bills, we got Dolphins. Right now, we are so lucky. We are joined by NFL Hall of Famer, the legend himself, Jim Kelly. Jim, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for waking up with us.
Thanks for having me. Good day today. Sunny, except we're playing the Dolphins tonight, so I wish it was probably in December. It would have been a little better for you.
All right, Jim, let's just dive straight into games. Our time's kind of limited here. Because this on paper looks like it should be an ass beating, but what are some of the challenges when it comes to playing like a divisional opponent, like one that you're very used to? Does that give the Dolphins more of a chance here?
Well, the bottom line is it's early in the season, so you don't have all the film that you would like to have, even though you go back and watch, of course, the first couple of games, and then you watch a little bit of last year's game, what they tried to do against you. For us, it's more right now individual. What the defense, I'm speaking as far as the quarterback.
Yeah.
What you look at, you know your pluses and minuses, who can beat another defensive back. So I'm looking at players that I feel that we would have the advantage with. And right now, I'm happy with everything we have. I mean, we've done a good job. We got by that first one, which that was a tough game, but we won. That's the bottom line, because with that game, I looked, not only you want to win every divisional game, but you want to win the games that you think maybe down the line will be somebody they might look to head-to-head. But this year, one we're playing now with the Dolphins, when I played, it was always our big game. We knew we had to beat them. They had, one of the greatest coaches ever in Don Shula. Well, we have one of the best coaches in Don Shula. And then, of course, having to battle Marino each and every week. So this game here, you look at the matchups and you hope that you can take advantage of some of them.
Yeah, you got to be feeling confident if you're the Bills and going into this week. Like you said, you look at the positions and it's hard to find one where on paper you think that the Dolphins might have the advantage. Do you go into this game planning and saying we are actually going to hold some stuff back, even though it's a divisional opponent? Like we might not empty the clip, and we want to save some stuff for later on in the season, or is it like, hey, they get paid to play football too in Miami? We got to figure out a way to win, and we're not holding anything back.
That's pretty good. What you usually do, I guess you can say you hold some things back. You try to go with your game plan that you have that you feel will be best against your opponent. But there are plays that you will hold back. If you don't need to use them this week, you wait, maybe next week you'll be able to do it. More of a down and distance, whether it's 4th and 1, whether it's that one that you might, a little trickery, doing that during the course of a ball game. You do it when you need it, but you go with what you have best. And right now, we got a great running back in Cook. We got the best quarterback in the NFL, and we got some great receivers. So just go with the game plan that we've had the first couple of weeks, and each and every week, as you well know, having your father as a former quarterback, you would know this, that you have a game plan, and there's some plays that you put in against this week would be the Dolphins that you didn't put in last week against the Jets, or what we're going to do next week with our next opponent. So there are things you might hold back, but you go and you win how you can win.
Hey, Jim, Big T, great to talk to you. You obviously played the Dolphins a bunch. I'm curious, when you see the Dolphins uniforms, some have described their colors maybe as not that intimidating. When you see that uniform, does it look a little like you think, okay, we're going to beat these guys? And then if so, what uniform in the NFL do you see it and you're like, we're in for a tough day?
Not one. First time I've ever heard that. I've never looked at a uniform and said, oh, wow, I'm going to kill this guy.
Not the Raiders?
No.
You're playing against Oakland back in the day, and you're like, wow.
Steelers?
I went to school at the U, so I got to see the Dolphins a lot. And I really, mentally, I never really thought about that. I looked at numbers, like when I played the Dolphins, number 13, I knew I was in for a battle each and every week. So that in itself was something. But as far as the uniform, no, I grew up a Steeler fan. So I love the Steelers. I got to watch them play against the Raiders all the time. My two favorite teams growing up were them. But overall, No, I never have looked at that. I love the red, white, and blue that we're in right now.
Jim, so you mentioned going to the U. Coming out of college, this fascinates me. You forego the NFL to go to the USFL, but this is true. The USFL wanted you so badly. Did they let you choose your team?
Yep, that was, and it's a quick, long story short. Yeah, I mean, I was on the verge of signing with the Bills, and then Bruce Allen called, and he got my agent out of the meeting, and he took the call. A secretary said, "Excuse me, Mr. Lustig or Mr. Fagan, we have somebody on the phone needs to talk to you." They took the call, and they said, "Oh, what are they offering?" And they told him, he said, "Oh, you don't sign that." Bruce Allen said, "We got something he cannot refuse." And so we left the meeting, and long story short, I became a Houston Gambler and had Jack Pardee as my head coach. And of course, one of the best things probably happened to me was I had Mouse Davis run and shoot. Wasn't sure if I could run that type of offense because I wasn't fleet of foot. But the good thing about it is it really showed me the passing game, because when I was at Miami, we really did throw the ball a lot. And also, I didn't play my senior year. I blew out my right shoulder, and they told me I would never play football again.
Wow, dude. And then he got to go to the USFL's all-time leading passer, by the way. All right, Jim, we got about a minute left here. Prediction on tonight's game. What do you think happens?
Switch to fish. It doesn't matter as long at the point spread. I don't even look at that anymore. Point spread. I do it because I have a couple bets with some buddies in Miami. One wore number 13, and the other is my best friend that lives in Miami, Jeff Peck. So we have a couple of stone crab bets that if we have to, what we have to do is we have to sweep. You can't just win one and you win stone crab. And don't let Marino, if you ever talk to him, don't let him tell you that we talked about, he gives me stone crabs and I give him chicken wings. That's a bunch of bull. It's all stone crabs, but a good thing is we've been pretty successful so far. So he's probably, hopes we can stay close this game, but there's no doubt. Of course, I picked the Bills. We're on a roll.
I like that. Look at this like the first half.
Yeah, it's the first half of the Stone Crab bet.
Game, yeah.
There you go.
Jim, I cannot thank you enough, man. An absolute legend. Thank you for your time. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, guys. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day. God
Jim.
bless.
Thanks, Jim.
Kelly, man.
Great to see you.
Yet another pinch myself moment. Getting to kick it with Kelly, telling stories about bets with Marino. Are you kidding me?